What the fuck is up, YouTube? It's your boy King Cobra JFS. I'm back at you with another video. So, I went and cooked up a whole case, a little packet of Oscar Mayer's hardwood smoked bacon. We got that in a bowl, pre-cooked and ready to go. So we're making a mac and cheese. I had some fans send me 2 boxes of this Goblin cheddar mac and cheese. Now you can use any cheese / beer bacon that you want. It really doesn't matter. But we're going to make this recipe pop. Alright, so starters, you want your pan. Sweet. Okay, I think we're gonna go with that. Alright, so we're going to do a cooking video. I haven't done one of those in a while. Beer and cheddar, bacon, mac and cheese. We're going to need something to cook our noodles. So let's start by adding the good stuff. And that's some country crock butter, some water, some virgin olive oil, extra virgin olive oils, some butter, and some beer and some water. Okay, here we go, YouTube, bam. I saved the beer from yesterday to do this. We got some Bud Light Platinum. You can use whatever beer you want. All right. We're going to take our extra virgin olive oil. I'm going to pour some in there just like that. Beautiful. Now we got our virgin olive oil in there. We're going to leave the butter out because we're going to need that to make our cheese for the powder and the shit. So you could use milk or ranch, but I want to use Country Crock Original. All right. That's enough butter for our noodles. So you can use whatever mac and cheese you want to use. Now we're going to add our noodles and our water. Thank you to the fans who sent the mac and cheese. Cheddar Goblin macaroni and cheese from Divan. Not a sponsor. Or Devane, I'm not sure how you say it. Cheese packets, we're going to hold on to those separately, of course. Dump all the mac and cheese noodles in there. Yes. I'll turn on the water right quick. Now I got the water level just barely above the noodles. Now to make it beer flavored, we're going to go ahead and crack open that Bud Light Platinum, not a sponsor, and pour a splash of that beer right on top of our noodles, just like that. There we go. Now I'm going to let those noodles boil in the butter, the olive oil, the beer, and the water. We're going to save a little splash of that beer for our cheese sauce. Tasty. Here, a little bit of that beer left, like about that much left in the bottle. Stick that back in the fridge until we need it again. And also we're going to be adding some sharp cheddar cheese. Once we add the cheese powder and the butter and it starts to cheese up, we're going to add beer and cheddar cheese and bacon, and we're going to stir it around so you get the format of this. The first things first, we're going to let the butter, olive oil, beer, and water cook up those noodles, pump it full of flavor. And then of course we're going to add a sprinkle of Parmesan cheese in with our other cheese powders. We've got some Kraft grated Parmesan and Romero cheese. Yes. Okay, so we need a pasta mixer, you know. All right. You like the cooking videos? Subscribe for more. We're going to get this bastard a stir. You know, that beer and that water is just barely above the noodles. Just barely. So that'll give us a nice boil surface to cook our mac and cheese noodles. And again, use whatever brand of mac and cheese you want, but you want a cheddar-based mac and cheese for this. Cheddar bacon, beer, mac and cheese. Yes! I'm going to crank the heat up to 1 below the high setting. Get these noodles boiled as quickly as we can. We're also going to be adding chips to it. Now for a nice little extra crunch, we're going to be adding some of those Ruffles Flamin' Hot chips. We'll do that when we add the cheese sauce. So YouTube, I'm not sure how this is going to turn out, but that's the fun of a cooking video, I suppose. I'm going to snake a couple pieces of bacon, see how I did on that. Freshly cooked. I cooked the bacon off camera. Let's see how I do. Yep, that's good bacon. No, I added a sprinkle of Rust County Payne seasoning. I added a sprinkle of that to the bacon before I cooked it, as I was cooking it. And turn the stove on to a high, really get that cranking. Let's go ahead and sit there and watch that boil while we cook it up. This recipe is pretty straightforward. Boil the noodles in beer, water, virgin olive oil, and butter. Oh, and turn on that fan. Cooking with Cobra, look at that. Cook it up, that's what's up. Fuck that, we don't want it to overcook the noodles. So like, just get the noodles boiled. Now I'll transfer over to this one. First step to making this after you cook your bacon is get the noodles cooked up. Put it on a nice medium heat and get those noodles boiled up. Now, how do you know when your noodles are done? Or they're nice and soft and chewy. Just gonna kind of stir it around. Now, boiling the noodles in that beer and that virgin olive oil and that butter and a splash of water is going to create some really nice flavor profile for our noodles. Yes. Put it back on this other burner, just put it on a nice medium heat and let it do its thing. Oh shit. Okay, cool, the burner's not doing that thing it was doing earlier. Sweet. Like I said, use whatever fucking flavor of bacon you want, whatever. As long as you're using beer, cheddar, mac and cheese, bacon, and a little bit of butter and some chips and some shredded cheese and some Parmesan cheese, yeah, pretty much it. And if you like the cooking videos, subscribe for more. And these are definitely cheat day mac and cheese. You feel me on that, YouTube? If you're on a diet, trying to lose weight, yeah, do not make this recipe. Two packets of mac and cheese, cheddar flavored. Now we're gonna leave some of that broth in there, some of that pasta water. We're gonna leave that, a little bit of that at the bottom, just for a base. So I'm not gonna completely drain it, but it'll, yeah, hopefully it'll turn out good. Now I see steam rising from the pan. That's usually a good sign. Let's see. No, I will not be adding bugs to this. Like I said I was gonna, even when I serve it up to try it, I'll just save the bugs separately for a YouTube video. Try them on camera in a separate video. Got the phone on airplane mode so I can view this here cooking videos. Yeah, there should be some tasty mac and cheese. Cheddar, bacon, beer, mac and cheese. Oh, shit. All right, the liquid's starting to bubble and boil like a cauldron. That's what I want. Now you see all them noodles, all that butter has melted. And with the beer, the mixture of olive oil, extra virgin, and the water, and the beer, and the butter, it's congealed together to make a nice base liquid for our noodles. That's just going to absorb so much flavor into those noodles. Yes. Now don't worry, because when you cook this, the alcohol will pretty much cook out of it, and you can eat it, so you'll just get the taste of it. It's not really Gonna get you drunk unless you put the beer in at the last seconds for the sauce and don't really cook it that much on the second half of it, but oh, we're cooking now, all puns aside. Bacon, cheddar, beer, mac and cheese. Yes. I like to cook, but sometimes I run out of ideas for cooking videos and or money, so it's just like, wait until I get a good idea and then just go with it. Oh yes, we're bubbling now. I can hear them noodles boiling now. That's what we're looking for, YouTube. When you're cooking pasta and your liquids, that's exactly what we want. We want it to bubble like a cauldron, like witch's brew. God damn it. Fucking retard. Don't drop the fucking phone, you stupid boggling bastard. Fuck. Fucking retard can't even hold the fucking phone right. Let's drop it again. Let's not say we did. Stupid fuck. Hopefully that's the only goddamn mistake I make. That's strike 2. Fucked up on my speech trying to pronounce the seasoning. Strike 1. Fucking dropping the phone. Strike 2. Enough of this shit. I'll be the first to say it. I'm way too hard on myself. I don't give a shit. So yeah, we're just going to stir the noodles around, occasionally stirring it until they're soft and chewy. I'll grab a glass of water. I'll be right back. Let that bubble for a little bit longer. Like I said, I don't know how this is gonna taste. It'll probably turn out like shit. But legit, that's why we try, right? Try one of those noodles, see how they turn out. Hot. Yeah, those are pretty soft and chewy. I'll let that go for a couple more minutes before we drain it. And yeah. Cooking with Cobra. All right, we're gonna strain it, dump some of that water out. Now we left just a little bit in the pan to cook with. Now into our mix, we're gonna add a shit ton more butter and our cheese powder and some shredded cheese. Yes. And one more scoop. Put the butter up. And next goes our cheese powder. Throw in our cheese powder. We want both packets, of course. Now we got our cheese powder. Let's add some other stuff to it. The rest of the beer. Just like that. Go ahead and squeeze every last freaking drop out. Now before we add the bacon and the chips, we want to get that cheese mixture going. So there we go. Cooking with Cobra, that's what's up, YouTube. So a nice, healthy, portion-sized bit of sharp cheddar cheese. Yes. That bag's empty. Now that's what's up. We're going to stir that cheese powder and that shredded cheddar cheese all around. I'm going to stir that in. Stir it in, baby. I'm going to mix and incorporate all that cheesy goodness. I would have gone and hung out with my friends yesterday, but I fell asleep. So I'll do it after I get done cooking here. Yeah, I'm gonna add just like a little bit more butter to that. Not much, just like maybe a couple more forkfuls. One, two, three, and four. There we go. Now we got 3 more ingredients to add to our mac and cheese before we let it simmer. Yes, please. Now to make it extra cheesy, we're going to add some of that grated Parmesan cheese that I showed you earlier. Yes. Yes. Now we're going to stir it up, get all that cheese powder and that butter and Parmesan cheese mixed in there with ease. Yes. And as that butter melts with that cheese powder and that melted shredded sharp cheddar, it'll congeal together quite nicely. Oh my flipping god, that is some good cheese sauce. All right, YouTube. Okay, how are we gonna do this? Just keep it propped against the bowl here, fuck it. Start adding in our bacon. Now I'm gonna take all that bacon we cooked up prior to me cooking this cheese, mac and cheese, and just tear it up. Tear it up. Now that beer and that cheese and that butter will make for a nice, tasty mac and cheese. We'll see how it turns out. So I got the stove on a medium heat. But if you like the cooking videos, hit the like button and subscribe for more, baby. Cheddar, bacon, beer, mac and cheese. Oh, good gravy. This is gonna be good, YouTube. Now your chunks don't have to be like super big or perfect. Just tear it up into pieces and throw it in there. Now I'm just gonna take all that bacon we cooked up off camera. You see me cook bacon on camera so many times that it was just like, let's just skip that filming of that. Okay. Tear it up. Throw it in there. Keeping everything at a nice medium heat while we do this. Yes. Yes. Yeah. All right, let me wash my hands. That is some greasy ass fuck bacon, yo. Now, sorry if me insulting myself made you feel a little sad. I get a little cranky when I'm hungry. Not gonna lie, I get hangry. I'm gonna wipe off that grease right here and right here. Beautiful. There it she be, YouTube. Look at all that bacon in there with that sauce. Yes. This mac and cheese is going to be boss. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. We'll see. Now for our final ingredient, we're going to add some of these cheddar flaming hot ruffles. Yes. Add a nice healthy heaping handful of it to the pasta here. Now before we mix in the bacon, we're going to add our chips. So add a nice little extra crunch, maybe a little extra heat to this cheddar treat. Yes. Oh yeah, maybe one more little pinch. All right, 1 second. I'm drying off my hands. I'll be right back. Okay, YouTube fam, that's definitely enough for these chips for our mac and cheese. Let's have a waffle. It actually doesn't smell half bad, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, there it is, folks. We're gonna mix it around and let it simmer. Now we're gonna take and we mix. And we're gonna mix that bacon in with those chips. Just stir our mac and cheese around, stir it around town, stir it around town. Bye! Hey Patrick, stir it around town. After adding those chips, they gave it like a nice reddish color. Yes. Put that on a low heat. We want to add hot sauce to it. Let's see what we got for hot sauce. Actually, no, I'm not going to add hot sauce to it. I think the Ruffles will make it spicy enough. But I'm going to add like a little bit of liquid smoke to it, just for flavor. Make that bacon pop. And get this liquid smoke opened up. A couple of drops will go a long way. You don't need a whole lot of this shit. Ooh, yeah. That liquid smoke smells like barbecue sauce, y'all. Yeah, you don't need a whole lot, just a little bit, do you? You see right where those little drops are? Yeah. That's definitely enough liquid smoke. You can see right the little circle that I made of it right there? Yes. I'm gonna let that stir. I'm gonna simmer it. We got her on a low heat right now, YouTube. Now I want to take that liquid smoke, stir it into our mac and cheese. Yes. Drain some of that excess liquid real quick. Yes, now I got to stick like a little bit of that liquid beneath the noodles. Alright, let's see if we can get like the majority of that liquid out. We left the liquid in there just to help cook it. Yes. There we go. I'm gonna keep stirring it. That's what's up, YouTube. There's like a little bit of liquid beneath the noodles, but that's all right. That's just all right. Alright, YouTube fam, we're gonna let that simmer on a low heat for a little bit longer, then it'll be time to eat. The cool thing about mac and cheese, literally it's quick, it's easy to make. You don't gotta be Chef Gordon fucking Ramsay to make this shit. Alright, YouTube fam, we want to let that simmer on a very lowest heat possible. Not gonna lie, this looks pretty tasty. What do you guys think? Would you eat it? Because I'm about to eat it. Like I said, we're gonna let that bitch simmer and then we're gonna try some of it. Almost an hour-long cooking video. Now I'm very anal about keeping my sink empty of dishes, YouTube. Now that I got a dishwasher, oh yes, keeps cleaning the kitchen, so makes it so much easier. It better be tasty because this is what I'm eating for the next couple of days. I wanted to drink that beer, YouTube, but I said, you know what? Let's save it for the cooking videos. Yes, or the cooking video that I just got done making here. Alright, so we got feeding time next. Let that simmer for a second. Sip on some H2O. So we'll see how it turns out. gonna taste like shit. But that's the fun of trying, right? You know, I don't care if it tastes like shit, YouTube. I'm just grateful to have what I have in life. And that's real talk. But this cooking video is going to be long enough. So, I'm going to take it off simmer and we're going to try it. Alright. YouTube, here goes nothing. No, I love to cook, YouTube, I'm not gonna lie. I like to cook and see how shit turns out. You start from nothing and you make something. Cooking is truly an art form. That's why it's called the culinary arts. Alright, King Cobra fam, we got our bowl. Load a bowl, he says. Okay, smartass, let's try some of this. I mean, I'm not very hungry right now, so I'll take just a couple of steamy bites for the camera, see how it turned out. Smells good. It's alright. That's actually kind of tasty. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's the best fucking dish I've ever made, but it's alright. You know, you could definitely taste the cheese and the bacon. That comes through nicely. The cheddar is strong in this recipe. And you get a bite from that beer and just a hint of that smokiness and a little bit of heat from those ruffles. Yeah, this is decent. Would I make it again? Yeah, sure, why not? You can smell the beer and the cheese coming off this mac and cheese, and it's decent. Anyways, YouTube, I do appreciate you all watching another cooking video. If you like this style of content, please subscribe for more. I'm a little bit hungry, yes, but not that hungry, to be honest. Hungry enough to make me cranky, but not like starving by any means. Alright. Yeah, I didn't do too bad on that mac and cheese, yo. It's not even spicy. Like, you get like a little bit of heat, a little bit of spiciness from those Ruffles, Flamin' Hot Cheddar, Ruffles chips. But other than that, you don't really taste it that much. It's very mild. I mostly taste beer, cheese, and bacon. That's pretty much what you get. And then the hint of that smokiness from the liquid smoke. Yeah, this ain't half bad, yo. You got a family or friends coming over, I'd serve this for dinner at a party. It's decent enough. Not really a cheese pull on here, but that's alright. Okay, that's pretty dank, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, YouTube, I'll catch you later. Thanks for watching.